I built a 4,000 hour monthly income stream while working 70 hours a week at my job without sacrificing family time or sleep. This isn't about hustle culture or burning yourself out. It's about strategic time allocation that turns minimum hours into maximum ATM income while keeping your steady paycheck. By the end of this video, you'll understand my exact time management system that allows you to build a profitable ATM business in just 5 to 7 hours per week, even with a demanding full-time job. My story is a little different than most. I was an amusement and games operator, which meant we put pool tables, pinballs, video games, jukeboxes into bars and restaurants. I was looking for an additional source of revenue to my business. This is where I discovered that I could put ATM machines into bars and restaurants. I didn't know that you could buy an ATM machine. I thought the ATM machines were just for banks. But I soon discovered the ATM machines weren't just for banks and that I could buy an ATM and put it into existing locations or other locations. I soon discovered that I wasn't making any money. I was doing everything in the ATM business completely wrong. So I put the ATMs in wrong locations. I didn't even know about a location agreement, nor did I operate with any location agreements. I had bad splits. I didn't have a system to manage my cash flow or even look at how much cash was in the ATM at any given time. We constantly ran out of money. I was constantly chasing my own tail, from service calls to communication errors to not enough money in each machine. This all caused me to lose, I don't know even how many transactions. I also didn't separate my vault cash from my surcharge. I had no idea how much money I was making, even if I wasn't making any money at all. When I finally put a pencil to it, we were losing money. I didn't have any spare parts. I couldn't analyze when the ATM was going to start to break down or not. And I didn't even know where to get parts, constantly making me lose money after money, and my ATMs were constantly down. This didn't take months. It took me years to figure out. I didn't have anybody to go to. I was very young in the ATM business. It took me years of preparation to develop this system so I could finally make money. That's why I invented the ATM operator framework. It was a system that helped me figure out where my skill set was, make me more efficient, and spend less time doing it, and consequently, I made money. This approach diverged from conventional ATM wisdom advice that assumes full-time dedication and why it creates better habits and systems. So I divided my time into 4 categories: location scouting services, servicing your ATMs, banking, and administration. Then I assigned specific time blocks. Then I detailed my approach to batching specific tasks while using micro pockets of time efficiency and protecting my schedule. See, I couldn't create any more time. There was no more time to give, but I could become more efficient in the time that I had left for this business. Number 1, location selection strategy. This was a strategy that I had to pick a lane. I couldn't look at every type of business. So what I did is I decided to stay in the bar and restaurant industry and focus my time on bars and restaurants and put ATMs in bars and restaurants. And I didn't have a lot of time to do a lot of scouting, so I created power partners that would go out and also look for me for ATM locations. What I did is I made liquor salesmen, beer distributors, and guys who put in rugs in bars, I don't know why, but that worked, into those locations, and I taught them, say, hey, what to do and ask questions. And then what they did is instead of me doing cold leads, they turned it into warm traffic for me. Because now they said, hey, go talk to John at Smitty's or go talk to Al at Al's Tap. And they said they're looking to change providers or sometimes put a new ATM in the locations. And it gave me, instead of cold calling, it gave me warm leads. I knew who the target person was or the owner of the business, and I know what their wants and needs were, and then I had a conversation. It didn't give me a lot of time, but the time I could use very valuable because I was becoming like a sniper instead of like somebody with a machine gun. I could go out, I could use very specific time and go close deals real fast. So time efficiency model. What I did is I only targeted the bar and restaurant industry, and I only made it in a 30-mile radius. If it went outside of 30, I didn't go after it because I didn't have the time to go after those book of business. So I concentrated on local businesses in a local area. Because I targeted the bar and restaurant industry, I got to go there after hours or late at night, or on the weekends because they were open. And then I figured out, hey, you know what, I might have had some challenges because of the cash in the bar and restaurant. I figured out, well, where was their lull in the late night schedule or sometimes on weekends. Then I use that time efficiency to map out where I'm going to put the money and what time to keep myself safe and to be very efficient with those locations. Number 3, automation and vault. What I did is I discovered a system where I could look at every ATM online, and then I can track how much money we put in from collection period to collection period. What a collection period is from the time you fill the ATM to the time you refill the ATM. The time in between is a collection period. So what I did is I started mapping out how much money did we put in, how much money did it go through in a given amount of time, and then what did I need in case I had to move it 2 days either earlier or later. What did that look like? So I always try to be safe and not create a pattern. So I could map all this out on the ATM portal. I discovered the ATM portal. I could look at how much money was going through in a given amount of time. I could also see and I could set different cash thresholds. So when it got to a certain cash threshold, it would give me an alert. Didn't have that at the very beginning, but it could give me an alert. It would tell me how much money is in there. It would tell me how much money is left. I would know how long I have from collection to collection period, therefore minimizing the time that I would have to run out because of a cash run or the ATM ran out of money. I could minimize all that and basically virtually eliminate all that, and it just made me more efficient. But it took me every day, I would have to look at the ATMs. It took me about 15 minutes a day to look at the ATMs, all the ATMs, and come up with a strategic strategy for filling my ATMs. And number 4, energy contingency planning. So in the ATM business, you can be 2 kinds, or basically any business, you can be one kind of person or the other kind of person. It's either reactive to what happens and then try to fix it, or you can be proactive and recognize the patterns and the similarities, and then you know when that's going to come, how to do it before it comes. So what we started doing is being proactive. Proactive I get to be on my time. I can do it. Even though I know something's going to happen over here, I can do it. I can schedule it, and that becomes better, more efficient. I'll give you an example of this. In the ATM business, you have a lock that opens up the safe. It's usually 99% of the times digital. It used to be combination, but now they're digital. When it gets, the batteries usually last 2 years, but when it gets low, it'll start beeping. You got about 40 times every time it beeps that you open it before the battery is completely dead, and it won't open up. So what you do is you carry batteries with you. And when you hear the beep the first time, you change the battery right away. Now, sometimes maybe right away don't work out, but you can change it the next time. Before, what I would do is I would wait till the battery ran out. Then I would go to the local store, buy a battery, come back, and put it in. All that took time. If I would have just carried batteries with me, then I could have switched it right away, and I would have eliminated the challenge. That's an example of being efficient with your time. It wasn't only this, there was other ones, but these time-saving strategies saved me lots of time, and I didn't have a lot of time, so it had to save me time to grow my ATM business. So these 4 strategies, location selection, route efficiency, automation, energy contingency planning, will help those who are looking for more money but don't have a lot of time to focus on an ATM business. Your full-time job isn't an obstacle to ATM business success. It's a single foundation that allows you to build this business the right way. See, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get more money and more time back in our schedule, but we have to build a business. But that extra business takes away from the very thing that we're trying to do, is add more time to our schedule. So we have to be like a sniper. We have to know exactly what we're going to do. We have to do it in a great way, and then add additional revenue to our family, so then we can maximize our time efficiency with our family and spend more time with them. So if you're thinking about creating your own ATM business, I want to invite you to our ATM business checklist. This is a pre-checklist that helps like-minded individuals just like yourself earn between $250 and $1,500 passive income every month. If this sounds something that's exciting to you, I want you to click the link down below and start your ATM journey today. Again, this is Phil from the ATM Mastermind group page, where we buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching our video, and please join our ATM Mastermind group page.